Ladies and gentlemen, it's Tuesday, and you know what that means. It means it's Call of Duty Update Day. And today was a pretty big one. We got a full title update, title 1.14, and there's quite a bit that changed this week. So there's going to be a lot to talk about. So starting off, we got a new game mode. We got a new map in multiplayer. On top of that, we got some new stuff in the black market that we're going to talk about. And there's a new game mode in Blackout and a new looking map. And let me tell you right now, it looks freaking beautiful. So we'll talk about all of that throughout this video. Now, before we dive in, I just wanted to let you guys know that later today, I'm actually going to be doing a live stream. It's going to be a little bit later than normal. It's going to start between 8:30 or 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we're going to be playing all of the new stuff. We're going to be playing the new multiplayer map, new mode. On top of that, we're going to be checking out the new Blackout mode. So if you want to play some of that with me, or you just want to check out the live stream, it'll be the first link down in the description. And hopefully I see you there around 8:30 p.m. later tonight. Now, to start out, let's start by talking about everything that is new. So this event that started today is called Shamrock and Awe, and it is lasting 2 weeks, in other words, till the 26th. And assumably on the 26th, we're going to be getting a new event, whether that's the Alcatraz event in Blackout or the night mode in Blackout. We're yet to see what that's going to be. Now, to start things out, we are going to look at the black market and see what's new there. So first of all, if you just log in from now until the 26th, you are going to get 2 free items. The first one is the Precious Legendary Gesture, and it's a pretty good gesture. And then the second one is the Shamrock and Awe Rare Calling Card. So both of these you get for absolutely free, just for logging in. After that, in Blackjack Shop, there are 2 new items. First of all, the Kiss of Death. It costs 300 COD points, or about $3. And this one is a camo for all weapons called the Kiss of Death. I think it's a pretty good looking camo, just a bunch of kisses on your weapon. The second item is a jump pack called the China Wind. And this one, you get the parachute, you get the wingsuit, and you get the stream that follows you as you drop in Blackout. And once again, I think this one's pretty cool. And this one is going to cost you 500 COD points, or about $5. So after this, in the contraband system, this is where things get a little bit weird. There is no new event here. So in the past, we've seen when there's events, there's 25 tiers that you can level up through and eventually maybe get a new weapon or something like that. This one is going to cost you 2,000 COD points, or $20, and you don't really get much for it. You get a emote called the Glorious Day, which is pretty cool, but nothing over the top. You also get a jump pack, which I actually do really like. It's a rainbow and a leprechaun parachute and a wingsuit as well. But other than that, the only other thing you get for $20 is 10 reserve crates, which are going to give you a total of 30 items, which can possibly be duplicates. So not really worth $20 if you ask me. I would have much preferred if they actually added 25 extra tiers that we could level up through and maybe get a new weapon like they have with previous events. Also, one new thing with the reserve system is, once again, we still have the reserve cases and reserve crates for 200 COD points, but there's also something new called a bundle crate. And as far as what this is, it appears to be the same thing as a reserve crate, but free. It gives you 3 cases. In other words, it gives you 3 items, and I don't know how you earn these. It's kind of unclear at this point. I'm kind of hoping there's going to be like daily challenges to get these, but at this point I have no idea how these are earned. But we do know it gives you 3 items, essentially a 3-pack of reserve cases. Up next, for you zombie players, there's a new gauntlet called Alcatraz. This is of course on Blood of the Dead. I'm not going to go into too much detail about this one, but it's nice to see a new gauntlet once again added into the game. Up next, we have multiplayer, and we've got a new playlist and a new map in this. So first of all, St. Patrick's Stockpile. This is a brand new game mode that we're going to dive a little bit deeper into. We also got Mercenary Deathmatch Mosh Pit, Half Off Heist, Arms Race TDM, which I'm actually really happy to see return, and finally Hardcore Endurance Mosh Pit. Now, St. Patrick's Stockpile is a brand new game mode that's very similar to Fracture that we saw in Black Ops 3. So with this game mode, it's kind of a mix of capture the flag and kill confirmed. So essentially what happens is when you kill someone, they are going to drop a shamrock, aka a dog tag. You are then going to go pick up that shamrock, and then to get your team a point, you have to deliver that shamrock to the pot of gold, or the zone, whatever you want to call it. Now, the trick to this game mode is that you can carry more than 1 shamrock at a time. So if you kill someone, you can pick up their shamrock, and then if you kill 5 more people, you'll have 6 total shamrocks. However, if you get killed while carrying 6 total shamrocks, you will drop those and your enemy can pick them up. This is an incredibly good game mode to get score streaks, as you get score incredibly quickly, especially if you play the objective. For example, for getting a kill, you get 50 score. For picking up a Shamrock, you get 25 score. And to deliver that Shamrock to the zone, you get 50 score. So an individual kill is worth about 125 points, which is a lot. And on top of that, if someone drops more than one Shamrock, you can get even more than that amount of points per kill, which is insane. So if you ask me, this is a definite good addition to the game. The only downside to this game mode is that it's clearly only going to be here for the next 2 weeks, as it's a St. Patrick's Day game mode, as you pick up Shamrocks and deliver them to pot of golds. I would much rather this be a permanent game mode, as I had a ton of fun playing it, so we'll have to wait to see whether they change the Shamrocks to dog tags and maybe keep it as a game mode that they bring back every couple weeks. Now, the other new thing is a free and brand new map. So I love that they're doing this. I love that they're adding free maps. It is the same map as Contraband that we have seen before. It's exactly what you're looking at here. The main difference is that there's a hurricane going on the map, and I love that they are doing this. Two things. I wish they would do it more. I wish they would introduce more maps, or all the maps with different weather, day or night, and that way it wouldn't just be the few maps that we do get to play over and over again, because I find that when they introduce these new maps, all of a sudden I'm just playing that map double as much. For example, Seaside Sunset, Nighttime Firing Range, and now Contraband, you're going to be playing those maps twice as much because they're in the rotation twice. Yes, the weather or aesthetics are going to be different, but now those other maps that don't have two of the versions, you're not going to be playing as much. And I find that a little bit frustrating, but on the other side of the coin, I do like the aesthetic of this one. I think it plays different, first of all, because you can't quite see as far, which sounds like a bad thing, but it just changes how the map plays. It makes it so it's a little bit more viable to run a short-range weapon like an SMG or shotgun because of that. So definitely a welcome addition, and I would love to see them do this more, and as always, free content is always good to see. So those are all the changes to multiplayer, but up next we have Blackout. Blackout, there is a new event called Quads Hardcore Blackout, which we're going to dive into in a little bit, but the first thing we have to talk about is the new aesthetic of the Blackout map. My god, I don't love everything that they put into the Shamrock and Awe event, but I do love the new aesthetic of this map. They made it a little bit brighter, they made it so like the sun's setting almost, which we'll talk about in a minute, but the colors and just how good this look, they really knocked this out of the park, and it's a shame that this is only staying for 2 weeks. They have announced that after 2 weeks on the 26th, the aesthetic of the map will once again be changing again, and I would guess that that is when we are going to get the Nighttime Blackout and the Alcatraz addition to the Blackout map that's gotten teased. I would also guess that because, like I said earlier, it appears as though with this aesthetic, the sun is actually setting, but it's kind of a bummer because, like I said, it's a beautiful, beautiful looking map that we're only going to get for 2 weeks, but like I said, they knocked that out of the park. Now, there are a bunch of other small changes to Blackout. One of them, as you can see from the trailer here, the smoke in Blackout is going to be green. Like I said, a very small change, but cool to know. Also, they have added in pots of gold, which are essentially 30 cans of paint in one stash. You can find them throughout the map, and they look like what you're seeing on screen here. They've also added homunculuses, aka leprechauns, into Blackout. If you find one of these, if you shoot it, it will explode and give you good loot. It'll give you good weapons, that kind of stuff. As of right now, I haven't found one. I heard some streamers found one, but I couldn't find a screenshot for you guys, unfortunately. Another thing that they added to Blackout is operator mods. So before we had yellow weapons that you could find on the ground, and these were fully loaded with attachments. Now there are purple weapons laying on the ground, and these are going to have the weapons operator mod on there. The example they gave us in the trailer is the Vapor with the bayonet on it. So I'm not sure if all of the operator mods are in here, but there's definitely going to be some, whereas before there were none. On top of that, they added some new specialist weapons into the game. The one that I personally found is the Purifier Firebreaks specialist weapon, and it is really good. It absolutely melts people, but of course, you have to be up close. Now, the other two I haven't personally seen, but based off of the information they gave us in the menu here, also Outrider's Sparrow and the EMP Grenade are both going to be in Blackout as well. Like I said, I haven't seen either, but apparently they are both now in Blackout. The other thing that was added into Blackout is new vehicles. Both the sports car and the police truck are added in. from Hot Pursuit. The vehicles don't have the powers that they had in Hot Pursuit, like finding stashes and having a UAV ping, but the vehicles themselves are there without the powers. And the final thing before we get into the new game mode is a Easter egg. So out in the top left corner of the Blackout map, in other words, the northwest corner of the Blackout map, there is now a little Easter egg there. It appears to be a burnt down plane. Now, what this is it's an Easter egg to Mob of the Dead. The Icarus plane from Mob of the Dead specifically is crashed and burning out in the water. Now, if you ask me, this is an Easter egg to indicate that on the 26th, Alcatraz is going to be added into Blackout, aka Mob of the Dead. By the way, the reason that we know that is in the previous trailer, we actually saw a couple of teasers to show us that a night map is going to be coming to Blackout, as well as Alcatraz. So this Easter egg that we now found does support that evidence that we saw before. So that is everything that was added into Blackout. The last thing we have to talk about is the new game mode, which was, of course, Quads Hardcore. So what is Hardcore mode? First of all, there is no zombies, there is no armor, there is no HUD, there is no map. In other words, you can't see where the zone is closing in. You have very low health because you don't have any armor. Your health is still 150, but no armor. Makes it so that it's almost always like a 4 to 5 bullet kill depending on what weapon you're using, which means you die incredibly fast. And I didn't know whether I would like this game mode, honestly, but it's interesting. And I think the thing that makes it interesting is the fact that there is no map. You can't see where the zone is closing. You just simply have to use your surroundings to figure out where you have to go. It's interesting. Whether I'm going to play it more than the normal mode, I'm not really sure, but like I said, it's a fun change of pace. But guys, that is the Shamrock and Awe update, aka the 1.14 update. A lot of things added, but not much changed. And what I mean by that is no weapon updates for multiplayer, no nerfs to specialists or buffs to score streaks or anything like that. But we did get a lot of things added. Still no Titan nerf. The Titan is still godly in multiplayer. As always, I do keep you guys updated on the status of the Titan in all of my update videos, so that wasn't changed at all. But like I said, a lot of new stuff. So let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Do you like what they added? Do you hate what they added? Let me know what you think. Also, if you enjoy the video, I would really appreciate it if you could hit that like button. It does really help out the channel. And on top of that, if you're new to the channel and like what you see, the best way to stay up to date on all of my videos is make sure you hit that subscribe button and make sure you have notifications turned on. But guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, peace out.
Listen!